Well, now there's a nice Lake Erie walleye. And I tell you what, we've got perfect conditions for fishing these fish out here. We've got water temperatures in the low to mid 50s. We've got fairly clear water out here. We got light winds and we got bright sunshiny days. We're going to be fishing suspended fish with open water spinners. Lynn and I have come out with our dog Pucker on kind of a spur of the moment family trip to catch these fish that are on their way back from their spawning grounds. So stick with us as we go out and use boards and open water spinners to get you the next bite.
He's always up way before everybody else. And he says fishing is work, 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 work.
Parsons and Maynard are still sleeping. I'm the only one who works hard in this whole group. Going fishing.
Today, I'm gonna get him up early because he's taking me fishing. Oh, am I the only one who does any work around here? Take me fishing! Oh, jeez. Wake up. It's 6:18. Oh. The fish are biting.
Yeah.
After a short time of being on the water, Kavajecz is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
I just want to playing with that board.
Trolling open water spinners using his electronics and planer boards, Keith wastes no time getting down to business.
How'd you do that?
Parsons and Ortiz are doing that in Saginaw.
You're just letting your line go back a little bit?
Well, it's kind of just pausing the line and making it stop. Here, why don't you go ahead and grab it? Making it stop, and the spinner probably flutters down, looks dead a little, and
I gotta back up.
You get it.
It's heavy.
How much you got out total now?
75.
75 out. That means we were 25 feet down to the snap weight. Okay, bring it here. All right, here's that snap weight. All right, that's good. Just unclip this. All right, go ahead and reel. There you go. How's it feel?
Feels heavy.
Heavy is good. Heavy is real good. Get the netcher for you. Here he comes. There, I got it. Oh, I got it.
Wow. A nice one.
Oh yeah. Little blue body with a rainbow colored blade. But he played with it, and I just dropped that back a little. You must see that spinner fluttering, and that's when he hit it.
Fat.
He's a good one. I like it. Put it back. Whoosh, down. Nice one. All right, let's make a pass here. We're gonna let out 4 rods here. The first one we're gonna let out is gonna be on a snap weight. So why don't you let out a leader of 50 feet. Now the reason we use 50-foot leader is this area we're fishing here is pretty clear. So even something as small as a snap weight like this might spook these fish. So then I'll let out a 50-foot leader, then we'll attach the snap weight and drop it down. Obviously you don't run that 50-foot leader or tie that 50-foot leader right to your spinner. What I like to do is just tie up my spinner, regular open water spinner, but then on this end use some kind of a ball bearing snap or just a ball bearing swivel itself. And I actually connect that to the line that's on my rod. Okay, and on my rod I've just got my little clip that I normally use for crankbaits. Now I add on this extra swivel so that if my spinner spins at all, I've just got a nice system in there to keep everything nice and straight. Now this is when I start to put out the leader with my actual line on my reel. So once we get that leader out, just about there, Lynn?
Yeah.
The next thing we're going to do is put on the snap weight, and as the name implies, you just pinch this open, put it on the line, snap it on, and it's ready to go down. Now a real important thing now is the amount of dropper, we call it, that we let out. So then Lynn's going to let out about another 25 feet, and that's going to be our dropper line. So she'll be at 75 total. And that's going to drop that spinner down into the zone that we want to be covering. Then I'm going to just simply clip on my board here. Very similar to the snap weight, just kind of snaps on the line. And then that's going to be set in the water. Lynn's going to let out some more line and it'll spread out to the side. So we got spread to the side with the boards, we got spread up and down with those snap weights. Hopefully we'll figure out where them walleyes are biting. Right here, Lynn, right here. Over here.
All right.
Oh, that feels like a good one. All right, this is a good fish. Got her?
Yeah.
Okay, now just nice and steady. Keep steady pressure, that's the key. You all lean back and settled in there?
Yeah.
Here comes the board. We'll get that. Okay, just bring the board right up to my hand here. I got it. I got it. So snap that one, this one. Okay. Then we got the snap weight coming here. 2 ounce snap weight. Then we got 50 more feet down that leader.
Yeah.
How's he feel?
Good.
Look at how that rod's bending. Nice and steady. There you go. Let me get the net for you. I don't see him yet. Nice and steady.
He's fighting pretty hard.
There he is. I see him. Up a little then. I got him. Nice fish.
All right. Oh, he's
Nice
nice.
fish.
Woo!
That's a decent fish.
I like it.
Oh, right here. Chopper blade, that's called. A little pear-shaped blade. A little different vibration. Boy, he wasn't on by much. Good fish. Great fish. Good job. You fought him just right, too. Just right. All right, let's put her back in here.
The real deal. Straight talk to make you a better fisherman. Brought to you by Bass Pro Shops.
You know, one of the challenging things, or maybe one of the fun things about open water fishing is developing a pattern or a system that's going to catch you fish. There's several factors that are going to be important when you're trying to catch these fish. Now, when I'm trying to figure out open water fish like we are today, first thing I got to do is figure out where in the water column the fish are eating. One of the key things that's going to help you with that is watching your depth finder. You know, if I'm seeing a lot of fish at 20 foot down or 25 foot down or wherever they are in the water column, first thing in my mind is I know I've got to fish at or above those marks. Now, since we have somewhat clear water here, I'm going to fish slightly above them because the fish will be eating in an upward direction. What I decided to use was one rod with a 15-foot dropper, my other outside one with a 20, then a 25, and then a 30. So that's going to stagger my baits anywhere from, I figure, about, maybe 7, 8 feet under the surface, down to the 30-foot one is probably running 15 feet or so. But anyway, I'm just staggering those. And what I'm hoping is that one of those gets a bite. Because once I get a bite on one of those, then I kind of know which depth they're biting at. Now, the next part of the system that you've got to worry about is after you know what depth they're at, is what's the best thing that they're biting on. You know, and that's where just some experimentation takes place. I've got all different kinds of blades and bodies and stuff in here. The most important thing, though, that you want to look for in that bait itself is the blades. You know, different shape blades like choppers or Colorados or Indiana. Try all different kinds of blades because they throw off different vibrations. And one particular or two particular vibrations are going to be the best. So if you experiment around, you'll start to get more and more bites. The last thing I start to look at is things like colors. You know, what color body is the best? What color blade is the best? Those are actually the last thing that I start to look at. Many people want to know the hot color. That's the last thing that I try and figure out. So if you go through the steps, figuring out what depth they're in, figuring out what kind of vibration they like on the blade, and then figuring out the colors, that's what's going to help you develop a system and help catch a lot of walleyes. Here's a fish. Here's a fish.
Oh, you can hardly tell in the sun.
No, that board is sitting there right in the sun. Got it?
Yeah.
How much line you got out?
65.
All right, 15-foot dropper only. That's pretty shallow. Maybe the sneaky buggers went up a little. So it's only fishing down about maybe 12 feet or so, 10 feet. There's your snap weight. Let me get that net for you. How far?
12.
Hold him out to the side. He's gonna go and visit the pro kicker there. And there he is down there. Here he comes. Lift it up a little, Lynn. Lift it up. I got him. Oh, and he's off. Boy, they must be biting really late to be off so quick like that. Not a Lake Erie monster by any means, but it's nice to get the bite. Good job fighting him in. We had to keep him nice and steady because he got off right at the net here, so. All right, back in the water you go, young man. There you are. You ain't gonna believe it, dear.
Another fish. You're trying to wear me out. Work, 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 work.
This is a good one, too.
I got it.
All right. Nice and easy, though, Lynn. Slow. Okay, let's get this board off. Here you go. This one felt to me like a really good one. How far out are you, Lynn?
75.
75, so 25-foot dropper. All right, kneel down. There you go.
Oh, he's really fighting hard.
Just hold him. As soon as he quits that pounding, then start reeling again. There you go.
Hi.
Nice and steady. Here comes the snap weight. Ready? Just keep some tension on him. All right, where's our net? Pucker, are you holding the net? Huh? Where's your mom got on now?
Pucker's the walleye dog.
All right, here he comes.
Yeah.
Up a little, Lynn. Up a little. Oh, I got him. I got him. Oh, man. Very, very nice. Oh, look at that one, Pucker. See what we caught him on here. Oh, that chopper again. With the blue body. Very nice.
That's nice.
Good fish. Okay. Very good. I'm going to grab the camera real quick. Get you a picture. Whoop. Stay in the boat. That's a big one. That's a nice fish. Right here. Okay. Very nice fish, dear. You did just a great job of fighting them, too. The next bite. All right, let me put him back for you here. There we go. It's a great fighting fish. He's still plenty alive. There he goes, down into the depths. Enough fun with the fish.
Slime.
Hot Topics, brought to you by Johnsonville Brats. Leading edge techniques and tackle designed to put more fish in your boat.
Growing up in Wisconsin, we had a lot of traditions. Johnsonville brats, hunting, fishing. And when it came to fishing, a lot of us started in very small boats. And today, a small boat is still a real good option for many walleye anglers. The key is to pick out a boat that's got the right options in it, even though it's a smaller boat. So for this week's Johnsonville Brats Hot Topic, we're gonna go out on the water with Gary, and he's gonna show you the attributes in a small boat that's gonna make a good walleye boat for you.
I want to just take a second and explain some of the advantages that a 17 or a 16-foot boat can give you. The first thing that I would suggest is to look for a boat that has a relatively deep V in the front. That gives you the flexibility to fish river systems, fairly shallow water, but also you can musky fish, and the occasional trips to the Great Lakes to catch some of the great fishing action out there are entirely possible, especially with a 17-foot boat with a V that's big enough to handle rough water. The next thing we want to do is go to the transom, and I'll show you an area that's real important. The first thing that I think is important is the step down on this transom. Okay, this is situated so that you can add a kicker motor if you want to. A good kicker motor size would be a 6-horse, 8-horse, 10-horse motor. Bolts right on right here. You control slow with it, it works great. For a 17-footer, we're looking at anywhere from 90 to 115 would be the good horsepower range we should deal with. This is a 115 horse Optimax that's on here. I like to have a motor that's large enough so that when you load up with gear and multiple people, it gets you up out of the hole and you can actually move around in rough water easily. So I want to show you a few other features that I think are real important in a boat of this size. The first thing I want to talk about is the rear deck. This is a relatively new phenomena for smaller boats. But wow, what an advantage. It allows you to cast your partner to cast musky plugs, or if you're jig fishing, you can actually work the shorelines, get in an elevated position. Just an absolute great feature. When you're trolling, it acts as a great deck for all of your lures. Also, the storage that a rear deck gives you is phenomenal. We've got easy access to batteries, another live well. Then as we work our way forward into the boat, floor space is important. For me, if you can squeeze the most amount of floor space out of a small boat, that's a desirable characteristic. This boat in particular is extremely wide, but yet it has flat gunnels. Great for mounting rod holders, okay, and I think that's a real important feature. Nice deep compartments for storage. As we work our way forward even more, rod locker storage. A lot of room to store your rods, just exactly like the big boats have. Front decks are really important because this is an area, this is your workstation as the owner of the boat. You're going to be doing a lot of your jig fishing, your trolling motor work, your bottom bouncer fishing off this front deck. If you're a musky fisherman, in many cases, you're going to be on the front deck when you're doing your casting. In a boat like this, front decks are a lot of storage. This one actually has an extra live well, but essentially this front deck area has to be adequate. So when you put it all together, for versatility, for maneuverability, fishability, these class of boats rock.
What is that kind of a bird?
That would be your double-crested cormorant. A rather handsome bird.
Oh,
Just came off. Ah.
I didn't even reel.
Ah. You have to net somebody when that happens. Let me have.
This is the walleye dance. He likes it. Who likes to dance?
What is she doing to you? Pucker, what is she doing to you?
For a fisherman-friendly place to stay, check out the pond in Sandusky, Ohio. And for the most recent walleye information on western Lake Erie, contact Pete Scheid at Captain Hook Charters.